What's up, guys? So today's video I'm going to be doing the retrieve the data mission defensive build. So it looks almost identical to the Atlas one. There's only a few differences where you can't build all the way around it, and I implore you, do not build around the 2x2. Just build a 1x1 like this, leave it open, and you'll find out later why is when you shoot the balloon down, then you build the rest of it. So right now we're just doing prep work. We're building everything else that we need for the build outside of the red 2x2. So I'm just using a lot of metal and setting it up. I'll upgrade it later, but right now I just want to get the plans done. So right now I'll trap it up. I'm gonna be using physical traps, so I'll have an advantage if it's fire, and I'll still be doing a decent amount of damage if it's the other two elements, especially physical. Physical it will excel at. I'm using all physical, so it should be relatively easy to do, or this mission should be relatively easy. Now what I'll do, I'll finish the build by building the I think it's like what, a third or a quarter walls. These aren't like completely necessary, but I like to have them just because it makes the overall efficiency of the build a lot better. It means the husks have to move a lot more, and because they're slowed from the floor spikes, they just won't be able to do anything to the balloon. So this is a really good defense. And just because I'm pissed off at all these patrols, I'm gonna put a patrol ward down. Alright, so I'll make sure I'll cut to actual defending. I'll upgrade this off screen. So yeah, let's get to defending. Alright, so now it is time to shoot the balloon down, because I've upgraded everything to tier 3 on the outside. Everything is done. We're ready.
The balloon has
so you just start by building walls, and right now I'll just use my teddy and a turret to give me some time to be able to build the rest of what I need to. So now you'll build inverted ramps, literally the same thing as you did on the other side, then floors, and that's it, with wall launchers. And I'll put floor spikes right here. So it's literally the same.
You are not a bear.
Except this time I'm doing it with brick because I freaking ran out of metal. I used a ton to do this build. It's definitely a huge investment unless you have friends. But if you're solo like me, I'm doing this solo only for the purposes of this video. If you're solo, it will take a lot of resources, so make sure you play with friends or play with randoms to help out. So from now, it's just me throwing out teddies, throwing out turrets, and letting my defenders and the traps do the work. So pretty boring from here, but yeah, you know, I'll play you guys some music so you can watch. This is just a generic defense too. It's nothing special, so yeah. As with the last one, smashers and propane are the only kryptonite of this build. Make sure you focus smashers and make sure you focus propane, because those will be the bane of this build. Everything else though, it crushes. Especially little husks, they'll just die to spikes and shit, or these electric ceiling fields.
Data's looking good.
There's honestly, I could probably just go AFK and this build would still get it done. Until the propane, obviously. As soon as I see propane, I'd probably have to start. But with my defenders and all the traps I set up, this mission will be a cakewalk. I know it's a low level, but I mean, I don't really care. This is just to get you guys with how, or to familiarize you guys with how this build works, not really about difficulty. You just gotta see this build in action. Whether or not they are hard enemies or easy is kind of irrelevant.
Data's looking good.
So they just get slowed, they walk back. Aw, how do you miss that? Freaking, he got launched to the side of the spike, so they didn't hit him, but regardless, he still gets obliterated. I don't understand how they're getting launched to the side like that. They're missing the spikes. It's very weird.
File successfully retrieved. Lock and load.
You are not a bear.
Just make sure you're constantly preparing everything. Because when propane hits, you don't want to have anything at half-life, or else it will just be destroyed instantly.
Another file. Take her.
Propane's, yeah, we got propane, so I gotta make sure I take care of those. That pretty much will be my entire focus, is just to shoot propane tanks and the occasional blaster.
Data's looking good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. And remember, if you have 4 players in this mission, propane won't be a problem as long as everyone's vigilant. Everything is dying pretty fast.
File successfully retrieved.
We're 5 minutes in, and not even a blemish on this build. This is the reason why I love Enforcer class. She's definitely my favorite. Main reason being, you can just throw your Teddy down and like pretty much just go AFK, let her do all the work. Your Teddy and your turrets pretty much do all the work for you. It still does less damage than like soldiers. However, you actually have to be doing work as a soldier. There's no going AFK for you. The only thing you have are your guns. But having the Teddy just makes being a lazy player okay, because you're still doing work, even though you physically aren't doing the work. Your ability is.
Another file.
Oh yeah, another thing, you can put wall darts on the inside of inverted ramps and they will still go off. As you can see from the red lights, it means that it went off. Now they're green, so it's ready to be fired again. And it fires and kills all of these husks. So not a lot of people actually know that, but wall darts are the only, I'm pretty sure they're like the only trap that go through inverted ramps. So if the mission is extremely difficult and you feel like you need the extra traps, put it in there. It'll definitely put in some work for you. Only a minute left, and here, I'll put a campfire down for my defenders just to make sure they're always full health. And again, I get to throw down my Teddy and do very minimal work. It's really fun, especially if you have Shuriken Master and like Commando in your support and tactical. Your Teddy is just a monster. It's nuts.
You
And some people like to put in what was it, reclaimer in their tactical for the Teddy laser eyes. Don't do that. The tactical for commando, or I forgot who else has it, but it's the one that increases your Teddy time by 5 seconds. That talent is way better for enforcer than the laser eyes is. So make sure you just use the extra 5-second tactical instead. It gives you a 1-to-1 downtime, uptime of your Teddy. So it makes it last for 30 seconds, and the cooldown when you don't have a fragment is a minute. So you have 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. It makes it very simple and easy. And again, I like that because I can go AFK more. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That was one of the easiest retrieve the data missions ever. Easy solo. I know it was only level 76, but I mean, it'll pretty much feel that easy if you have 3 friends or 3 other human players anyway. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.